Hello everybody, welcome back to Crash, the Insane Trilogy. Still playing the first game, into the second world, or second set of levels now. Now you might be wondering, why is the stopwatch there? You know, the stopwatch doesn't appear until you've already beaten the level once. And you're right, it doesn't. And the reason it's there is because I'm a fucking moron. So recorded this once today already, believe it or not. Didn't get that head. But besides that, recorded this and Watch Dogs 2 today. Yeah. Now, the thing about Crash and Watch Dogs 2 is that they're both currently on part 2, as you may imagine. Now you might wonder, well, what does that have to do with, you know, me being an idiot? Well, I also walked right off that hole. The reason is because, like, the way that I record stuff, right, or like the software that I have to record, it lets you name the file before you actually hit record. Now you might be wondering, well, why does that make you a moron? Well, because since they're both on part 2, I recorded Crash, finished all 5 levels, beat the boss, and then immediately went to record Watch Dogs 2. Now, the way that I have the file saved to my computer isn't by the names that I put in the description or anything. It is just by what part it is, so that when I'm editing it, if I have to go back at some point, you know, I'll know which is which. So, you know, I recorded Crash and I named the file, you know, part 2. And then I recorded Watch Dogs 2. And I named the file part 2. Which means that as soon as I hit record on Watch Dogs 2, it deleted my Crash Bandicoot file because it was named the same thing. So I ended up losing my entire... Thankfully, it was Crash. So, you know, I lost, you know, I think I beat it in 23 minutes. Oh, got it. So, you know, out of all the games that I could lose lose a video of, Crash, not the worst one. So it's not too bad, but yeah. So, you know, hopefully I can fix that in the future. Or, well, not fix it. It's not really something I can fix. Just hopefully I'll, you know, remember, be less of a moron about it in the future. So, odds are this will be even faster because I did just do it. Although I will say those 2 embryo heads that I've got so far, didn't get them on the recording earlier today. Actually, I recorded that this morning. Figured out that I did a dumb, and it's now like 8 o'clock at night, and I am re-recording it. So yeah, didn't actually get to look at this level last time, so you know, that's good. It still doesn't make too much of a difference because I still don't think that you know, come to think of it, I don't think that I did that level like in my main playthrough. It doesn't look familiar, but as you can see, I think this is the first one of these guys that we've come across where it's his bonus levels. As you can see, significantly harder. Fuck. So, okay, I'm not going to try and do that. So the reason I failed out there is because I tried to do, which I'm sure what they meant for you to do, which is you hold X when you bounce off the first one, so that you get onto the second one, and then you let go of X so that you drop faster onto the next one, right? Unfortunately, it didn't work out well for me there, so I won't, as you can see, not going to try it again. Oh my, so this, you know what, fuck this. I'm just going to do this and wait it out and hope that there was nothing, like that they didn't blow up something past it. It doesn't look like they did. 1, 2, 3. So that's the easiest one of his levels, because it's the first one, so it's like the easiest one of his. They get insanely hard later, and then in the second game, I do believe, because they don't have one thing in this game that they have in the second and third game, which is the nitro crates, which are the green ones. Yeah, see, there's still 6 missing because of that blue gem path that we can't do, obviously, because I don't have the blue gem. But yeah, those get insanely difficult later because his levels are just riddled with TNT. And a lot of the times it's set up so that if you don't do it just right, you're fucked. Like, and I don't mean just like you're fucked because it's hard to correct from it. I mean, you're fucked because it's literally, if you do it wrong, you're stuck. So, I will say one thing, right before I start recording, is I was looking at the leaderboard, right? I wanted to see. I noticed that on the ones that I clicked on, you have this guy up here, top time, KGVD5. Apparently he beat that level in 1 second for the time trial. Impressive, right? That was, yeah. So unfortunately when you replay a level like that, it doesn't automatically kick you ahead to the next level. So I'll probably end up doing that almost every time. You'll also be able to see which levels I managed to get all the boxes on the earlier playthrough. Now this level here is the first one of these in this game. These take place all throughout all 3 games, which is the riding the animals. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to hit that. And if I'm going to give it one try, because time trials, obviously, they don't have checkpoints in them. That would kind of ruin the, well, I say ruin. I mean, they would just have to be more lenient with the checkpoints, basically. So one thing that you should know about the levels in this game, anyway, is those moving guys are the ones that'll probably get the majority of people, and they shouldn't. Like, if you pay attention, you'll notice that whenever you come across one, except for that guy, where you, right before him, there's obstacles on the left, that means that you'll have to move past him on the right. So, like, right there, I had an obstacle on the right, so, I had to go to the left, therefore, I'll have to move to the right to get past the guy. And that's how it is with every last one of them. Now, though, that spinny one there, unfortunately, fuck it, I'll keep going for it. So you got the 3 roasting pigs as you're riding a pig past them, right? I think they're the only 3 in this level. You have the first one that you jump over, the second one that you have to ride under, not jump, and then you have the third one that you also jump over. Now the thing about the third one is it doesn't make it all the way to the bottom when you have to jump over it, so you actually have to start your jump early enough that your pig gets enough height to clear it, which sounds easy, but as you could see there, I think when I did it earlier today, I actually completed it first try, which is the only reason why I was confident enough to actually hit the time trial thing. That and these levels are the ones that are pretty much you're guaranteed, where if you beat the level, you will, wait for it, get the platinum relic. Because there's nothing to them. Like, there's no, I don't fucking care what the name you give me. Because there's no variation, It's literally, as long as you can hit the crates with that stop the timer, you get platinum. There's no other way to do it. Because there's no speed. Like, your constant speed, you're always moving forward. There's no way to speed up. There's no way to slow down besides dying, in which case you restart. So, yeah, I mean, it's weird. Now, this level here, I think this is the right one. As soon as it loads. Gotta say, I know it's a remastered version and they built it from the ground up and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's this one. Will not be attempting the time trial on this one. Long load times for a game as old as this. Like, I understand that, it's old, but it's also new. But let's face it, it's an old game. Now, I realize that it's on the same, it's like one file for all 3 games or whatever, right? Still shouldn't be that long of load times for a game this old. Like, I understand that, they redid everything, it's nice, but... So these little fires here, if you jump on them, you actually bounce with them. They're also very, very slippy. And then you have these all over the place that you have to spin to flip them around so you can actually use them. Now, for the most part, it's a piece of cake. I'm not going to go for that other one. And obviously, if you're not in time trial mode, it's fine. But when you're in time trial mode, if you don't do them like I just did them there, where like you jump and you spin as you jump onto the one to spin the one above it, you will not get the time trial. Then you also have these guys. You might recognize them, with the guys with the shields from the last level. They don't kill you. And by don't, I mean they really can't kill you. Like, if they hit you with their shield, which is, I think, the only way that it actually registers a hit, what happens is they just bounce you back to the platform you were just on. So there's really only one guy in the entire level, I think, that I can think of off the top of my head, that can actually just straight up kill you. And that's because he bounces you across one of those fire things. So, you know, he bounces you, you go through the fire. If you don't have a mask, you die. It's not that bad, in all honesty. Except that he's very close to the end. And the time so far, out of all the levels so far, I've made it a little ways past this. And by a little ways past, I mean I still haven't beaten the third boss. So very little ways. This has still been the hardest time trial I've done so far. None of the other ones have even come close to being this annoying as this one. And really, this one, it really exemplifies the reason for my hatred of time trials. Because it's not so much like time trials in general, it's just that whenever a developer puts in a time trial, they always make it... Oh, fuck. I fucking suck at getting back to those bosses. They always make it as annoying as possible. So, like, we're going to use Crash as an example here, right? Beat it within this time. Fine. Fuck. Oh, God, I actually hit the thing. Nice. Now, you have these boxes here that you jump off of, where if you don't start moving... Hang on. Oh, fuck. Those turtles suck. Oh, God. So that guy can also kill you. But, see, now you see what happened there is he bounced me into the flower, and the flower died. Now, I don't exactly know why that happens, but I'm not going to complain about it because that saved my life more than once, where you just, like, you have that brief moment of invulnerability when he does it. So these ones here are the ones that kill me so often, or they killed me so often on my time trial. And so does that, where you bounce off the thing, but that fire, the hitbox on the fire is actually different than the fire. Like, you'll die before the fire actually comes out, and you will die quite a bit above that fire. But yeah, so they have it where you need very precise. Like, they don't give you enough leeway, is my issue on the time trials. Now, you might be thinking, it's like, oh, but I mean, it's a time trial. The whole point is to go fast. You know, if they gave you leeway, well, where would the challenge be? I mean, here's the thing. I don't mind time trials for the people who enjoy them, because I know people enjoy them. But I also don't enjoy having to do them for, like, achievements and that. Like, a time trial should be, like, your own personal goal. Like, it should be, it's like, I beat the game that fast. If you want to compare it to other people, great. Do it. Go for it. You know what? Put up leaderboards for time trials so that people can, you know, say that they beat, you know, KGVD5, you know, the cheating fucker, in a level, you know? Do that. Sure. Why not? You know, I know people enjoy the competition. Do it. But I also know for a fact that the majority of people out there don't give two fucking shits about it, because they want to play the game. They want to take their time. They want to enjoy the game. To me, a time trial ruins the game, because you're forced to do... so those three there fucking suck. As you saw there, I was nowhere near the flame and still died on that one. So those ones suck because you have to jump on the first one and land on it as the fire's disappearing. Not when the fire's disappeared, as it's going away. Otherwise, you will not make it against all three. But I just noticed that we have this spiked wall in the background. And after the second one, there's a platform there without any spikes on it. Huh. Never noticed that. Whoops, and I still fucked up. And that's one of the other issues with this one. So, like, they have it where, you know, the time trial for the gold. Like, they have Sapphire, Gold, and Platinum, right? Sapphire is pretty easy to get. I mean, it's not a cakewalk. Like, you can't take your time by any means. But, I mean, it's not, like, super hard, right? But then you immediately get to Gold. And there has been Gold time trials where I've done what felt like, and looked, in my opinion, to be like a perfect run. Oh, God. And I've missed it. Because you have to do everything very precisely. And, like, and then there's the Platinum. And I have no idea how the fuck you're supposed to get a Platinum on some of these levels. Because, like, most of these levels where I got the Gold, that was the best I could do. Like, I could not see myself doing fucking better than the time that I got on the Gold. And it just barely got Gold. I know that I can't get all the boxes, but, I mean, I'm going to get as many as I can get. And, like, that's my problem with it. Like, and once again, it's another one of those things where it's like, if somebody can do it fast enough, they should be rewarded, sure. But, I mean, have the different ranks. Don't have them, or, you know what, don't have the different ranks. Just have the base time where it's like, beat it in this time, you get the thing, and then anything past that is just gravy. It's just competing against other people. Because anything past getting the collectible, like, why? Why bother? Should I? Like, why should you bother, right? So let's check out this top time. Yep, same thing, same cheater. Oh, and we're finally on the second island. Is there not 5 levels there? Let's see, there's Papu Papu, so there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, so there's 4 levels in a boss. I kept thinking there's 5 levels in a boss. That must be the later games. It's definitely in 3. I think that's how it is in 2 as well, though. But yeah, just time trials, just like, why? So, like, you have Crash, they take away your checkpoints. And the thing about checkpoints in time trials is I don't do very many of them in the first place. The few that I do is basically Uncharted, because, you know, they have, like, that one speedrun achievement that for the whole game. Oh, fuck, I can't believe I fucked that up. And it's lenient, you know, like the Far Cry 1 and 3 were lenient with their achievements for it, which I'm thankful for, because, like I said, putting trophies on people beating your game fast isn't good. I mean, there's a game that was free on the one called Gone Home, and they had an achievement to beat the game in less than a minute. And it's like, if your game can be beaten in less than a minute, it's not a fucking game. Like, if your game can be beaten in 1 minute, you shouldn't be charging people for it. Oh, that was risky. Because it's just like, why? And especially, like, with that game there was so much in it, you know? Like, if you actually explored, you actually got all the collectibles and whatnot. And the thing about that game is that they had a different mode that you could turn on, where not only was there the regular collectibles that gave you the character's narration for finding them, there was actually, like, you could turn on extra collectibles that gave you the commentary from the different people. And, like, that game there, like, and there's achievements for the commentary collectibles in that too. So, you know, I sat there, I listened to most of them. And it was probably the first commentary that I've ever listened to on anything, and I've actually enjoyed. So you hit that box, and it releases the lily pads, and under there is supposed to be a free man, but obviously all the 1-ups in this game, after you go through the level and collect them once, they're gone. You also have that plant there. As you can see, it's a purple one. It's supposed to open and close just automatically. And that one breaks for some reason. I don't know why, but it breaks. Oh, God. This fish here also is a fun, because I've lost my mask and my life to it multiple times just because, like, I was standing too much on the right. Oh, right. But yeah, the Uncharted speedruns, right? they were very lenient with it. And because of that, and you know, there was other achievements that I was more annoyed with in Uncharted than the speedrun one. But I mean, doing the speedrun, like, I did it after I played the game, which is pretty much the only way you can do it. Like, I'd already beat the game, I think, like 4 times before that for the other difficulty achievements and whatnot. But playing through it in the speedrun, there was so much of the game that I missed because I was trying to go fast. You know, I had to go faster. I had to, you know, get through it. And I didn't enjoy the speedruns at all. Like, I literally got 0 enjoyment from the speedruns because I wasn't able to actually play the game. All I could do was run past everything. Yeah, that's basically it. Speedruns suck. They always have and they always will. They ruin the game. Especially when there's like achievements or trophies tied to it. Because I mean, if there's in-game rewards for it, sucks if you can't do it. Also, did we actually get all the... Oh, yeah, we actually got all the boxes in that one. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming we did this time. Obviously, they weren't there. The gem was already collected. But I'm assuming if I did the first time, it looks like I would have got them all that time, too. So this is Ripperoo. He's the boss for this one. He's fucking nuts. He appears in 1, 2, and Crash Bash. He's not in 3. Now, he's a weird boss because all he does is he jumps a pattern. So, for the first little bit, he jumps bottom left, middle, bottom right. Oh, I think I fucked that up. I did. And that's it. He'll never jump out of that pattern. No matter how long you wait, he will never alter his course. Come on. Yes! And then every time that he finally takes damage, he alters his course. Now, for the second round, he goes across the middle, and he touches the bottom middle. So really, all you have to do is just stand out of his way, wait, and then, you know, go for the TNT and hope that he hits it. Obviously, easier said than done. It's not the easiest thing to time. The TNTs, if you hit them before they start moving, they will stand still. Come on, blow up. But if you hit them when they start moving, like after they've started moving, if you manage to jump on them and get back to the platform, you'll be fine. And they'll still move down. Come on, you dirty fucker. He's an annoying boss because there's nothing difficult about him. Like, literally nothing about this boss is difficult. Like, you might fuck up a jump and fall in the water, but I mean, that's your bad. That has nothing to do with the boss being difficult because he runs the same pattern. Now, granted, if it was a random pattern, you would obviously be fucked. Hit that there, and then I'll jump down and hope that he makes it. Come on, get up there, boom. You would be fucked, and if he just followed you, that would... I think actually with the way the TNT works, like the amount of time that it has before it blows up, I think if he followed you, it would actually be impossible. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, he's just an annoying boss. Like, there's nothing hard about him at all. If you die, it's definitely your fault. You know, obviously, if it's your first time playing him, you know, I could see that because you got to learn his patterns. But after the first time you fight him and you see that he's just running the same pattern over and over, you're like, that's it, right? So there we go. As you can see, I didn't actually make it any further because I don't. But this has been the second part of Crash Bandicoot. Next time we will start on the Lost City and make our way to, I think, Koala Kong is the next boss. I'm pretty sure that's the next boss anyway. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week.